This is my 2019 Camaro RS, and I'm going to be teaching you the basics of driving a manual transmission car. Alright, first things first, if this is your first time ever driving a manual car, you want to find an open space or parking lot that is not going to have a whole lot of traffic coming through it. And you also need to make sure you're wearing shoes that you can actually feel the pedals in. So these are my favorite driving shoes. These are Converse. Alright, so when you step inside the car, when you step inside the car, you're going to see one thing that's different. Well, two things that's different from an automatic transmission. You're going to see three different pedals. Now, the pedal all the way to the right is your gas pedal. Pedal in the middle is your brake, and the pedal all the way on the left is your clutch. And once you step inside the vehicle, you're going to see this. Now, how do you know if this thing is in neutral to start this car? What you're going to do is push your foot all the way down on that far left pedal, which is your clutch, and you're going to pull back, because usually people who park their cars put them in first, or I know some people who put them in third, but that's besides the point. You know the car is in neutral when it can move freely from side to side, and you have the ability to go into all of your gears. Now that you know all of that, it's time to start your car. All right, here's what you're gonna do. Clutch in, put your foot on the brake, and make sure your car is in neutral by shaking this stick. And then with your foot on the clutch and brake, you're going to press the start button. Let's make sure my volume isn't blasting while I make this video. Now that you have your car started, what you're gonna do is, before you even try moving, practice getting your car up to about 2,000 RPMs and holding it there. Because that's where you're gonna wanna hold your gas as you let go of the clutch. Now, when you're ready to start moving, actually I should explain this first. One of the most important parts of driving manual is knowing what gear you're in. And this car does not have a gear indicator of any sort. And if you get any old car, it's not gonna have that either. So here's how you can tell. You can look on the top of your shifter and it'll tell you where all your gears are going to be. Now, typically, first gear is going to be pushing your clutch if your car is on, and push the shifter towards you and up. That is first gear. Now for second, keep it pushed this way and slip it into second. And now third is really easy. You just let the car go into neutral, and where it naturally rests, just push forward. That is third gear. Now, same thing back is fourth, and then push the shifter away from you and up, and that is fifth gear. And then last but not least, away from you and to the right and down there, is sixth gear. Now, every single car is different for reverse, but this one is weird because it actually has reverse towards me. Most cars are going to be all the way to the right and back, but this car, as you can see by the shifter, actually has it pushing the clutch and then has it forward. Now this one, it doesn't like going in reverse for some reason, but yeah, there's reverse. Once you have your car, once you have the gears and everything and you feel comfortable with all the controls on the car, it's time to try to move for the first time. Now here's what you're gonna do. Safety first, you're gonna need to put on your seatbelt and put your foot on the brake, or if you have a manual handbrake, just use that, and take off your handbrake. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna push your clutch in first before you do anything else. Push your clutch in, put the car into first gear, which is left and up. And now, I don't even want you to touch the gas pedal yet. All I want you to do is slowly let off the clutch. And as you can see, you will start to move. Now, the heavier the flywheel you have, you may actually be able to start moving without even using any gas. But now that we're getting moving, how do we shift into another gear? Here's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna get up to about 15-ish or so miles per hour, and you're gonna push in your clutch and release it after you've put it into second gear. You wanna make this motion fairly quick. That way, you're not bogging down your engine by letting yourself slow down super far. And we will push in our clutch, brake, push the car back into neutral, and take out our clutch. And now I'm gonna show you the same thing, but with a little bit of gas. And that's very important that the faster you let off the clutch, the more gas you're going to need. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna push the clutch in, we're gonna go back into first, and we're gonna rev up our car to about 2,000 RPM and slowly let off that clutch. And now that we've gotten the hang of it, practice this in a parking lot for a few minutes before you actually go out on the road. But since this definitely is not my first rodeo, we are going to start driving. Now, one key thing when you're in a manual car is if you are coming to a stop, you're either going to need to rev match or push in the clutch before you come to a full and complete stop. Now, I'll demonstrate that here in a moment. Clutch in, go to second, back on the gas. Clutch in, and release. And ideally, you want to do that as fast as you physically can. And then clutch in again, and then release, and fourth gear, and you can go back onto the gas. But it's very important that you let go of the gas before you push that clutch in, or else you're going to wear out your transmission and everything like that. Now that we're coming to slow, we are going to push our clutch in, push it into third, give it a little blip of gas, and that should be all we need. And now, if this BMW doesn't follow us, they are. That will be the end of today's video. Thank you for watching, and I hope y'all learned something new from this video. And if this was your first ever how to drive a manual video, please like, subscribe, and if you want more content or if you want similar content, comment and let me know in the description. I mean, not description, the comment section, of course. And I will have a more in-depth review, study on how to downshift in the future, because I've only been driving for about 4 months with a manual, so it's still relatively new to me. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Okay, bye.